What's the best strategy for 2025? Well, first of all, I need to tell you about why most people are struggling in property right now. We're at a time where there's more knowledge at our fingertips than we've ever had before, but it's actually become detrimental. People often say to me, one of the criticisms I get is, you can learn everything on YouTube. YouTube right now is probably one of the worst places you can go unless you specifically know what you're looking for. If you know what you're looking for and you know the quality of that knowledge, then absolutely there's some brilliant stuff. If you don't, then it's a little bit like pushing someone through the doors of Tesco and expecting that they can be a chef just because they have access to all of the ingredients, and it doesn't mean that at all. And that's part of the problem. The biggest part of the problem, and some of you guys might have seen this recently, is there's that much bullshit in the training world right now, is people will tell you things in order to get you on training, and some of the things that they will teach and tell you that that's the best strategy, it's because it's the only thing that they can teach. They don't have the depth of being able to teach the other things. So it's dead easy for anyone to criticize someone else. So let's say, for example, there's 4 different property strategies. It's dead easy for someone to say this is the best one and someone else to argue that theirs is the best strategy. But when you've done all of those strategies like I have, okay, I'm able to look and go, which of these strategies worked the best, which one wasn't effective, which one works best at certain times of the year, which one works best in certain cycles, where what you'll see is a lot of one size fits all, and it's just it screams amateur to me. So people will tell you certain things, what you should do with the equity in your own house, if you should pay your house off, if you should use that money, lazy money. I hear it get called a lot now, but the answer is, there is no answer to it. There is no set answer. So when I'm working with people, I create a bespoke strategy to their needs. That's what you need to do. So me telling you pay your house off or remortgage your house as maximum as you possibly can, how can I do that without knowing your personal circumstances? How can I do that without knowing what options you've got available to you? So if you've got savings, if you've got pensions, if you've got money sat in a business that you can use, if you've got ISAs, if you've got access to a good broker, if you've got access to business angels. So there's a lot of different ways we can tap into money. Private investors is another one. And what I need to know is, what have you got available to you? What are you trying to achieve? And what's our starting point? So it's the reason why when I see things saying this is what you should be doing, and I know that they lack depth of experience. Another problem is, the easiest strategies to teach, right? Not the easiest strategies to make money in, the easiest strategies to teach are deal sourcing and rent to rent. Okay, they're probably the 2 easiest things that someone could teach. So if I was to say to you, right, you've got 8 weeks and you need to be a professional trainer, so you're going to teach people in property strategies, you would be able to go get a PowerPoint, you'd be able to go and attend some training, you'd be able to replicate it, and you'd be able to just put that content out and teach it. But you will not be able to go and teach the commercial developments, for example. So if you were to go and do a development like mine on the seafront, which is 2.7 million, then you're bringing in loads of different things that you aren't just going to learn off a PowerPoint. that's going to come with sheer experience, and not just doing the development and getting the plans and the building control and knowing what trades to have on board, how to price it up, how to structure your finance, what stages to do it in, how to maximize the development in order to make the most money, how to write your leases, how to write your tenancies. So there's a whole load of other things that come into play. It's the same for trade stuff. So having experience of a bit of DIY stuff is very different to being a qualified tradesman, which is what I am. I'm a qualified joiner, I'm a qualified electrician, qualified BPEC ventilation engineer, qualified in damp proofing. So you don't just get that overnight, and these are the things which it allows you to help people that you're working with. So when I see people delivering training, generally they'll be teaching deal sourcing, they'll be teaching rent to rent. It's fucking dead simple. Find a property, package it up, sell the fucker to someone else. There. Fucking what else do you need to know? Rent to rent. So get a property, go and agree a rent with that landlord, and then rent it out to someone else. And if you've got the contracts, that's it. Your fucking teaching's done. It's over with. But to teach on other things, you can't do that. I couldn't just say to you, this is how you become an electrician, okay? I could teach you I could say this is how you go to university or college or training academies or things like that, but I couldn't tell you all of the technical knowledge behind something. So be mindful of that is what I would say first. Be ultra mindful of checking out the people that you're looking at. There is so much fucking bullshit right now in the training industry. It is fucking crazy. I know there's a load of bullshit. I know there's bullshitting fuckers everywhere. But we're living in a world where our leaders, the fucking government, probably the worst fucking bullshitters that are in the country, and it just seems to be setting a tone across the whole of the UK that this is the way you can just fucking do things now. Just fucking lie and blag things. So you've got to check people out. You need to look at them and go, who are these people? What have they done? Go on Companies House. Do not fucking fall for their shite when they say that Companies House is only a snapshot, and that's why you can't see any of my good fucking things I've done. So yes, Companies House is only a snapshot, and people can have things in their own personal name. So I've got probably somewhere close to £1 million in personal assets. Half of that would be quite hard to find. You'd probably be able to find half of that if you were to do a decent search, but the other half would be very difficult if I didn't tell you. But have you noticed that all of these people have the same fucking blag that oh, you can't see none of my stuff, it's all in my personal name? Why is it in your personal name? If you're actively developing property and you're actively doing the things you're telling other people, why would you not be operating out of a limited company when you're going to be hit with so much more tax with things in your own name? So it just stinks of bullshit straight away. So do I have stuff in my own name? Yes, I do. But do I have a shitload of stuff in companies that you can quite easily go and check right now? Yes, I do. The other thing is, saying that things are outside of the UK, they're in trusts, fucking another blag. Some of the advice that I'm seeing by these people that claim to have their money in trusts, seen one the other day, and actually HMRC commented on it. So a HMRC inspector fucking commented on the post and said, I'll be in touch with you Monday because this advice is wrong. So actually teaching people to go put your family holidays on your business and say that they're business expenses, literally advising you to go and fucking commit fraud. It's fucking mental, honestly. So if you don't have the understanding of what to spot first, you're probably not going to know what the best strategies are. So once you've looked for that, what I want you to do is go on Companies House, start checking people out. Go check me out now. So if you type in Discipline, go on the search bar, put Discipline Limited in, and go and search my company. And then on there, if you click people, so go in the people section, click on there, you'll see my name, click on Stephen Green. Click on that, it'll bring up all of the companies that I'm associated to. So ones that I've been associated to, that I've resigned from, and all of the ones that I'm currently on there as a director. And I can't hide that. And there was a guy the other day that was talking just pure shit. And he said, how can you turn around and tell people how many employees I've got? Because it's fucking listed on there, mate. If you go on there now, you'll be able to have a look in my companies and you'll see how many employees there are in each of those companies. I can't hide that. If you've got a decent accountant, they've got to file that. So if someone's got a chartered accountant, then they're going to file that properly. They're not going to put themselves at risk. So go check that out. You'll be able to see the assets. Check out shareholders funds and you'll see what's the what does the balance look like on that person. So if it's in brackets at the bottom in shareholders funds, it means they're in a minus. If it's got no brackets, that's how much they've got. So I had a guy the other day, 5 businesses, 2 of them resigned from, both absolute terrible fucking numbers on them, 2 liquidated, and the one that he actually is still a director on had a net worth of 12 grand. And he's wanting to teach people how to be commercial trainers. And the guy admitted he was trained himself only 3 years ago. And this is what you're up against. You're up against people like this claiming to fucking have the experience, claiming to be experienced in commercial, when they've been taught by someone else who had no substance too. That's the worst part. He wasn't just trained by someone with knowledge. He was trained by another fucking blagger. A blagger training a fucking blagger. Crazy. So right now, people are talking about HMOs, are they good? Serviced accommodation, are buy-to-lets back in? Have they gone out? Is it commercial? Is it commercial or residential? Commercial or commercial? Is it deal sourcing? So I'm going to quickly give you some advice. Okay, deal sourcing is a good little strategy to have on the side of what you're doing. You'll never get the benefit of controlling the asset in terms of making money on day one, and you won't get benefit from so you won't get benefit from buying below market value, and you won't get benefit from the capital increase. Okay, so that's 2 reasons why I would not have that as my core strategy. It's a nice strategy to have on the side if you're needing cash flow straight away and you're looking to leave your employment, for example. It's not bad as a stepping stone. Okay, but it shouldn't be a long-term property strategy because it lacks 2 of the 3 areas. HMOs. So I had my HMOs 15 years ago. I bought my first HMO and it was a good strategy. Most HMOs now are pretty saturated. HMOs are a great strategy if you are handing them over to supported living, for example. So guaranteed rent, doesn't matter if there's any voids, doesn't matter if the gas and electric's going up, doesn't matter if there's any damages, and they have to repair it back to normal. So I teach some of my mentees how to connect with these companies, how to find where they're looking for them, and basically how to open the doors of these relationships, because once people get in with these kind of companies, they're sorted. They'll tell them where they're looking for them, they'll tell them how much they'll pay for them, and you've got a really good solid strategy for your exit as well. So HMOs I love, but dependent on what your exit is. HMOs to just rent out right now, you'll be in a fucking rat race and you'll be dealing with a load of headache. So you need to be mindful of that too. Serviced accommodation, market's starting to get saturated a bit in a lot of areas. You'd actually be better off picking serviced accommodation up in little niche areas, so places you would least expect. So where people are putting them in all of the city centres, on seafronts and things like that, it's where everyone heads. If you had just a house in a little village somewhere and it's the only one that's there, then you're likely to have a lot more demand, and you can go test that. You could go put a room out and you could go test and see what the demand is. Right, am I going the right way? I did a video the other day and I'm really good at my numbers, so I'm really switched on with my numbers. I'm really sharp. And the other day, what did I say? I was talking about businesses, and if they were making £1,000 estate agents, and I said you'd have to have 100, and obviously 100,000 is 100,000, not a million. Please press button for ticket. Okay, I can do that. Why have we got 3 buttons though? We're in. So I'm going to see Grandma G, she's in hospital. What was I saying? Yeah, fucked my numbers up. So while I'm driving, I'm not as sharp. There's my excuse for you. So I'm going to be pulling in now. So serviced accommodation, yeah, you could have it in a nice little niche place. So I know some people who've got 3-bedroom houses and they're getting over 2 grand off a single house. So really good cash flowing properties, and they tend to be in places where you'd least expect. So you can check the demand of things. You can go on Spare Room, you could have a look, see what's in the local area. So serviced accommodation in the right areas is a solid strategy. Commercial or residential was very strong, and it got weaker because of the costs of steel, costs of construction, wages, things like that, all went up. But I'm starting to see the first signs of the numbers being able to work better again. Commercial to commercial is what I've been doing for probably the last 4 years. There's a lot of money to be made in commercial to commercial. There's a little bit of a shift in the market in terms of the demand. So again, it's something you just need to be careful of, especially if there's a downturn in the market. If there's a drop in valuations by 10%, that's where people get caught out. So I've been 19 minutes. I'm going to get off now because I'm going to see Grandma G. She's my special lady. She brought me up as a kid, played a big part of my life. I'll show you what I've got for her. So on my laptop, I've had a little documentary created for her, and
his granddad, that's my husband. I used to bring him home from school, and he used to make them pancakes and make food. And Steve used to say, "Oh, come on, my granddad will do it." Yeah, that was my husband. That was good. He was small. You haven't seen his kissograms when he was 18. I've got some kissograms there.
She's going to take the piss out of me there, so I'm going to turn that bit off. know who the special ladies are in your life. Look after them. So that's it. I believe, okay, that you've got to be versatile, you've got to be adaptable, you've got to be prepared to shift in the markets, because things are always changing. That's why the mentees in my groups are looked after, because I'm constantly talking about changes, adaptations, what they need to do, looking for early warning signs. So if you're someone who's maybe been watching my content for a bit, I'll always be straight talking. I will call out the bullshitters. I will make no apologies whatsoever for calling out twats like the bloke the other week who was having a dig at my staff, and I just won't tolerate that shit. I've got really good people that work in my team, very good, loyal, hard-working people. So I'll always be open, I'll always be honest. I'm fucking good at what I do, and there isn't another property trainer that's got a CV like mine, and I'll fucking say that boldly as well. But I'm not for everyone. So if you want a pat on the head and you just want me to be nice to you, I'm not that fucking guy. But if you want results, then drop us a message, speak to one of my team, and I'll look to help you achieve your goals. And if you're on your property journey, I already work with you. Keep setting those goals, keep fucking moving forward. Always respect your grandma.